Hey guys, it's Dr. Mason, and today we are going to go over the digestive system. First animal that we're going to look at, as you could see, is a shark. And let's just jump right into the digestive system, which is my favorite organ system in this entire class. So, shark has one liver, but three lobes. We have the right lobe of the liver. These livers are pretty long for this animal. So right lobe would be this entire thing, right side of the animal. Then we have the left lobe of the liver, which is right here. Everything's coming out. And then we also have the median lobe of the liver, which is going to be attached to the right lobe of the liver. So here is one look at it right here. And then also, if we get under it, we could actually see here's the median lobe of the liver, again, attached to the right lobe of the liver. Since we're here, let's take a look at this dark green structure. Hopefully Dr. Mick, who's behind the camera right now, could get that in focus. But this, you guys should be aware of as well, is your gallbladder. Not your gallbladder, this thing's gallbladder. So it should be relatively easy to find because of the color, but also it is attached to the median lobe of the liver. Okay, so digestive system. First part of the digestive system, which many people are not aware of, but intuitively, it's actually your mouth. So here's our shark. Shark is going to ingest food. Once that food breaks down and gets fully ingested in the mouth right here, it's going to go down the esophagus, which we're not going to show you guys or have you guys dissect it out for this lab, but food that's ingested and going down the esophagus is called the bolus. So bolus will eventually come down the esophagus and then make its way into the stomach. So let's see if we could find our stomach. And here is our stomach right here. There are different structures attached to this, but this long thing right here, this long structure, is the shark's stomach. Okay? The stomach is broken down into two different parts, the greater and lesser stomach. So here is actually the greater curvature of the stomach, which is basically it's the outside. And when I say outside, I mean circling around this structure right here. So here is the greater curvature of the stomach. And the lesser curvature of the stomach is more or less going to be inside this stomach. Not literally inside the stomach, just inside what I'm showing you right now. So greater curvature of the stomach is the outside of the stomach right here. And then lesser curvature of the stomach is more or less going to be inside the greater curvature. Okay? A structure that I'm not going to show you in this video, but it's kind of fun, in my opinion, to see when you're doing the lab. It's the rugae of the stomach. To me, they look like little sea anemones in the shark's stomach, but we'll ask you guys to basically cut the stomach open, and you'll see the internal folds of the stomach, which are the rugae. And it helps break down the bolus and digest the bolus a little bit faster because it's increasing the surface area of the stomach. These are all things that we'll go over in lecture. So bolus is going through the stomach, and then once we get to the end of the stomach, which is going to be right around here, this is going to be the pylorus. So it's more or less the opening from the stomach into the intestines. Okay? So stomach, and then pylorus. And because we're right around this structure right here as well, maybe I should have done this for the camera. So stomach, greater and lesser curvature of the stomach. Right here, the exit out of the stomach is going to be the pylorus. And then if we kind of not flip the stomach over, but it's easier to see, this darker part next to the stomach is going to be the pancreas, but specifically the dorsal pancreas. Definitely know what the function is of a pancreas in the shark and in you. And then if we keep on going, following this down, this white section right here is the ventral pancreas, which is lighter. So here we actually have the dorsal pancreas, and then here's our ventral pancreas. It's more or less attached to the stomach, which again is right here. I don't know if the video is catching that. Stomach, pylorus, dorsal pancreas, ventral pancreas. Okay, so we have bolus going down the stomach, going through the pylorus, and then we're going to wrap ourselves around. Just like with us, after the stomach, you're going to get to the duodenum, which is right here. But for the shark, immediately of what comes after the duodenum, which is different in humans, but here we have the duodenum, it's going to be the valvular intestines, which are right here. And what we're going to have you guys do as well, I'm not doing it in this video, but in lab, I want you guys to slit open these valvular intestines so then you could see the spiral valves that are also in the valvular intestines. So the spiral valves, they serve the same function as the rugae in the stomach. It's basically increasing surface area to help digest and break down the bolus. So duodenum, valvular intestines, and then we're going to get to the colon, which is right here. Actually feels like there's something in there. The colon, and then after the colon is going to be, remember, the all-purpose chute or the exit hole, which will actually be the cloaca. Okay? So just wrapping up this video, we talked about the different lobes of the liver. We talked about the gallbladder. See if I could easily find it, which is right here. We talked about the mouth. We talked about the esophagus. We talked about the bolus. We talked about the different parts of the shark's stomach, which is the greater and lesser curvature of the stomach, the pylorus, the rugae, which is in the stomach. We talked about the pancreas. So here we actually have the dorsal pancreas and the ventral pancreas. And then bolus after the stomach, after the pylorus, we'll get into the duodenum, which is right here. Then we have the valvular intestines, which is right here, with the spiral valves inside of them, colon, and then cloaca. Hey guys, so we're back with the shark digestive system. A few other structures that I wanted to show you guys. This structure right here is going to be the rectal gland. Hopefully Dr. Mick, who again is behind the camera, is getting that. And then the rectal glands that you might recall, the artery that actually feeds it is the posterior mesenteric artery, actually feeds this rectal gland right here. Okay? And also how is this rectal gland attached to the body of the shark? It's through the mesorectum, which is a type of connective tissue. So again, rectal glands and the connective tissue, kind of hard to see, but there's going to be connective tissue right here. Again, that's attaching the rectal gland to the rest of the body. If I kind of expand it a little bit, you could see it. Okay. All right. So rectal gland, mesorectum. We also have the spleen. So we're going to actually go back to the stomach. So again, here's our, trying to take this out. That liver's getting messed up. Sorry, liver. Here's our stomach, but our spleen will actually be right here with my finger. And of course, hopefully you guys know the function of the spleen in the shark and in you. And the last structure that I want you guys to learn before we move on to a different video is going to be the kidneys of the shark. Kidneys of the shark, they literally run up and down the entire body of the shark. So here's actually a good look at the kidneys, and you can kind of see like they're kind of pouchy. So I don't know if you guys could see those little pouches, but if we keep on going up, it'll run all the way up the shark for these kidneys. And I'll show you guys on the other side as well, because they have two kidneys, just like we do. Moving on. Here are kidneys as well. So here's the kidneys that go all the way up the shark, and hopefully you guys could see these little pouches of the shark as well. All right, see you guys in the next shark video. All right, guys, so 2 more structures that we're going to go over today in this video. It's the common bile duct. So the common bile duct is actually connected between the gallbladder and the duodenum. So if we find our gallbladder again, remember it's a dark green structure that's attached to the median lobe of the liver. So dark green structure attached to the median lobe of the liver, which is right here. And if we actually follow the bile duct, gallbladder, bile duct, following it down, and we kind of keep following it, we're going to end up in our duodenum, which is right here. So here's our duodenum. I'm going to flip this over again so we could actually see the bile duct. It's this red structure right here. Might not be red in your own shark, keep that in mind. If we keep on following it right into the gallbladder, okay? Other structure that I wanted to show you guys is the isthmus of the pancreas. So not surprisingly, it's going to be by the pancreas. Its function, the isthmus of the pancreas, is going to be to connect the dorsal pancreas right here with the ventral pancreas. So if we flip this over, we could actually see the isthmus of the pancreas, which is going to be right here. Here's our bile duct. Here's the isthmus of the pancreas. So if you see my left hand right here, and we kind of flip this over, so again, so here is the dorsal pancreas and the ventral pancreas, and if we flip it over one more time, here's our isthmus of the pancreas connecting the two. All right, that's it for the video. Make sure you guys please read your lab manuals. As always, you guys know the routine by now, but reading the lab manual really helps you locate where these structures are. Also will help you sometimes of what the functions of these structures are. Reading the lab manual is super helpful. If you do that, you should know that by now.